It's Oopsy Annie, and I'm here to share a special tale from my childhood with you this holiday season. Now, because it has been a COVID Christmas, a lot of us didn't travel to see our families, and that is a sad, regrettable thing. But may next year be better for us all regarding our family get-togethers. But this story goes back to my childhood, when we would go visit my grandma and grandpa who had a farm in the far Minnesotan Northlands. Here is a quote for today's video. Move past your thoughts so you can drink in the pure nectar of this moment, by Rumi. We're going to hear stories today, and so I want you to be able to let go of your own thoughts and move into the pure moment of the story along with me. I was born in the far north of Minnesota, in Clearwater County, where the winters are so cold. This is nothing. This is a spring day here. During the holidays, we would drive from wherever we were in that cold weather to go to my grandparents' home for Christmas. When I was a little girl, we would go up to my grandma and grandpa's for Christmas, and I lived in a big city, but my grandma and grandpa, they lived on a farm in far north Minnesota, where it was really cold. It was so cold that my grandma and grandpa would put hay bales around the outside of the house to help keep it warm on the inside. And my grandpa heated that house with coal, and they had a bare earthen floored cellar. You would go down like a ladder into the cellar. It wasn't much of stairs. It was more like a ladder. And you would go down there, and my grandpa would open the coal furnace door, and he would shovel this coal in there, and the walls would glow. And when I was as big as you, I would not go down there. I was afraid of that cellar. And I'd watch my grandpa go down there. He was a brave man. Now, one year, all the family got to Grandma and Grandpa's house to celebrate Christmas, and there was no room, there weren't enough beds, so some people had to sleep in the living room, and my mama had to sleep in the living room, and she was on the floor on a pallet sleeping when a little visitor who came inside the house to stay warm ran across her face and woke her up. What kind of little visitor do you think it was? I wish, and I'm sure she would have preferred you.
I think an auntie.
No, it was a mouse.
A mouse?
A mouse got in the house and ran across my mom's face. That's my doggie. And so my mom woke up with a shriek, but I didn't know this happened. They didn't tell me. So the next summer I went to stay at Grandma's house, and this is the story I wrote, okay? The squeak was my clue there was more than trash in the barrel, reeking of tin cans with bits of sticky food clotting their innards. Peeking over the rim, I spotted a small, wee blur of fur.
A mouse.
A mousie! A mousie! A cute little mousie no bigger than my 8-year-old palm. Without hesitation, without concern, I went head first over the filthy barrel rim, caught like a damp towel over a shower rod. There were no cats. There should have been cats. It would have helped.
She's a storyteller too.
Yeah, and that's good. You're thinking. But Grandma and Grandpa didn't have cats, thank goodness, or I wouldn't have caught this mousie. For you see, I hung over the rim of that barrel by my belly just like I was a wet towel. I didn't feel a thing. I didn't worry about, icky, gross stuff getting me dirty, and I was one of those little kids who did not like to be dirty. And I reached down with my palm, and quick as a flash, I grabbed up that wee little mousie. A mousie! A mousie! A treasure so sweet, so precious. I'd always wanted a pet. Mousie was my very first one. Like a ballerina, I whirled around on my bare toes and I leapt out of the summer kitchen and danced across the green lush grass right up to my grandma's kitchen door. I couldn't wait to show her my little pet, the first pet I'd ever had in my life. A Mousie. A Mousie. An only child alone with Grandma for a whole summer, I had no friends to play with. Grandma didn't even have a little dog, and she definitely didn't have a cat. So here was my pet. I couldn't wait to show her. I ran into the kitchen. The screen door was still reverberating throughout the house when I showed her. Grandma, Grandma, look it, a Mousie, a Mousie. Her shriek was way louder than a squeak. Oh, she said, what? Why would you bring that thing in this house? It's got germs. It's germy. Take it out at once. What if it bit you? Oh, no, and don't you drop it in the house until you're all the way out in the yard. I can't believe you brought a mouse into the house. Oh, my friend, for only a minute or two, and now I had to bid little Mousie adieu. My grandma was always so brave, so strong, so smart, and now so silly to be afraid of a little Mousie. On this day, I was sad over the loss of my pet, but I was always also sad because I learned that my grandma wasn't so perfect after all. She was afraid of a wee little Mousie. The reason my grandma was afraid of a wee Mousie was because in the winter, you see, they ran into the house and ran across people's sleeping faces. Oh, it's been a fun day. This is Oopsy Annie, and it's been another Oopsy video. I'll see you next time. Mwah! And a wink. Bye-bye.